Hello. We're gonna go to Thornmarch Extreme now. This is an unsynced guide. I'll be going over some of the mechanics and things. I'll tell you right now, it's gonna be a hot mess because this fight is very chaotic. All these Mughals you're seeing here do all sorts of different things, and just it's very difficult to keep track of. They're a little different. This one has a hat. That one has a crown. That one has like an axe and a sword, you know? So they're like, they all got their own jobs, their own skills, guilds, things. It's a whole thing. We'll try our best. Alright, to start off, I'm going to slowly decrease the boss, the main king, the good King Mughal, okay? The king, the main boss. I'm just taking down the damage a little bit so we can move to different phases. Okay, so this first attack, Coupons charge. Alright, I took some damage, but I also took this MP damage. It reduces my MP. So, down here, see that? I, as machinist, that doesn't matter to me, but if you need MP for stuff, then be aware that you're gonna lose that every time you get hit with this move, Coupons charge, and that's gonna happen a few times. If you're doing this like unsynced or by yourself, or tanks will take it. Okay, so here we got different Mughals that show up, just like the other version. I got this marker on me, and I'm pretty sure it is the woolly wart. The woolly wart? This one. This one over here. The woolly wart cookie. That one is just gonna start doing like attacks at me. There's a lot that's gonna happen. See? Okay, just watch. Just look over here. It does this little spinning move, just like this one. See? It's like throwing stuff. Okay. Good enough, right? So when you see this mark, it's because this one is doing a little move and it's like throwing stuff at you. Okay. We're good. Moving on to the next one. Yeah, I'm like the only one here, and so everything gets thrown at me, but like this can be, if you have multiple people in here, it can target whomever. Okay, so now let's see. We have a paladin and we have a warrior. This is the paladin. What's the paladin's name? Whisker Wall Coop de Coop. Okay. Coop de Coop. Okay, this one. It has like a helmet and a little sword. Okay. And then the Coop de Kappa, this one, the red one, it has a little axe right here. Okay, so those two are like the tanks of the fight, okay? And they will do these two moves. Searing Mog Light. Okay, and then the other one does Stifling Mog Dark. And they also give debuffs, these two here. So Mog Dark resistance down, Mog Light resistance down. So I'll hover over it later, but basically if you have this, then you take more damage from a certain move, which happens to be the other one, and then if you have this one, you'll take more damage from this other move, it was just from the other tank. So basically they work together and gang up on you. So yeah, these two tanks, okay? Also, at the same time, the big boss is doing that Coupons charge again, so you lose more MP. I've lost more MP, and you also take some damage from that. Okay, this circly thing is from the Shaggy Song. Puxi Pico, the Shaggy Song. It's the bard. See, it's got a little harp. So when it does its little song thing, you can see that the enemies that are its friends, its Mughal friends that are inside, get this damage up, and so that means they'll do more damage. If they're inside this thing, they'll get the buff to do more damage to you. the player. Okay. This one over here, Palm Burner. That's the Black Mage. You need to watch out for that one. That's a troublemaker. It's sweating right now. I don't know if you could see that, but you see these sweat things, or it's crying. Okay, it's gonna do something soon. Now, this is also, it's pretty clear you don't want to stand in this, so you just dodge that. Okay? Okay. Just get out of that. Okay. Now, remember the Black Mage, the Palm Burner that was crying and sweating? Yeah, so now it's gonna do a thing, and it's doing a really big AoE, Palm Flare. And so yeah, you don't want to stand in that. You're definitely gonna get some damage from that. Okay, that's what's happening in this frame. The Shaggy Song Bard Moogle is still singing its song, and so all the ones that are in this smaller AoE is getting the damage up. So it will take, so they will do more damage. And then I got the 2 tanks still on me and the big boss on me. Okay, and I'm just making sure. So before there was that long AoE, I moved out of it, and then I'm like, oh shoot, there's this big AoE. I gotta like not stand in that. Okay, let's go back just a little bit, just so we're all on the same page. All right. I get out of the light. I see this small AoE. Okay, I see this bigger AoE. I stay out of that. I don't want that. Okay, I got this AoE again, so that means, what was his name? Kogi? All the way over here. That one is targeting me again. And they're just gonna throw stuff at me. Fine. These ones are also continuing to hit me with the debuffs and their attacks. So I'm taking some stuff from that, okay? Okay. Now, when the Moogle King does this thingy, they're getting Royal Rouse. Royal Rouse. I think I hover over it later, so then we can see what it does exactly. But, yeah. Okay, now I got this target on me. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, the 2 tanks are ganging up together, and now they have these cone AoEs. See this? You can see clearly that they're there like that. So you don't want to stay in that. They're doing, you can see here, the Ruffle Kupta Kappa is doing 1000 coupons, and the Whisker Walk is doing also the same. So they're doing that move that the Big King had done before. So don't get hit with that, because you'll lose more MP and get. Okay, whoa. Just see that thing that they had? Okay, combination. Okay, I'm not sure what that is exactly, but that must be some deal. They got little friends in there, yeah. So and it's facing upward, so that's probably a buff for them. So maybe it does more damage. I'm not super sure, but that's there. If anyone wants to more thoroughly investigate all these things. Okay, one of them is a healer, the Kip, Furry Foot Kiply Kip. Okay, so that one's just, it's gonna heal the other Moogles. So yeah. All right, I got this symbol again. So this one over here is throwing stuff at me. Okay, this one. I don't know if you saw it. It's the Tail Turner or something. Yeah, the Tail Turner. It's got a little hat. Let me back it up a little. Tail Turner over here. It's just hanging out over there, you know? It's just hanging out right now. But you'll see it comes at me. See? See? It's coming over. That one will just randomly pick somebody. And since I'm the only one here, it's picking me. And I will just stab, you know? They just do a little move on you. Here, hair splitter. I'm pretty sure that's the one that it does. So that, you know, watch out for that when it comes around. The Shaggy Song one is singing again, and so they all got damage up, so they'll do more damage for a little bit. Okay. Also okay, and then I had this thing. So this other little Kogi is throwing stuff at me. Okay, now the king is doing this thingy, and then they all have the royal roost again. Again, I'm not super sure what that is, but just think of it as a buff, probably. Okay, they got damage up. Okay, lion AoE, get out of that. The black mage is doing its big flare again, palm flare, so make sure you're not in that. Also, the king is doing Mog creation. Let's see what... Oh, that's probably what this line AoE is. Alright. Okay, this is the one that just randomly jumps over and stabs people. Okay, and then the palm burner, yeah, the palm flare is going up. The Shaggy Song is still singing, so they take damage up. And then the tanks are still hitting me with their attack, and then gives me a debuff that makes it so the other one's attack does more damage to me, and so they're both doing that. So yeah, I believe you'd usually tank those away from each other if you have multiple people doing this. Okay, now this move also comes from the black mage. Okay, okay, this move we already know comes from the Kogi one. You know, it throws stuff at you. This one, the palm burner, is a little upset here. Okay, this one. So it sets two of these little things down, and you don't want to stand in them because look, it just brings meteors down. So just avoid those. Okay, and I did keep getting hit with that coupons thing from the king, you know? So I'm losing MP and I'm taking some damage. My MP is at 0 at this point. Okay. Oh yes, here we go. I hover over it a little. Okay, so Mog resistance down. Wait. Let's go back just a little bit. Did I miss it? Oops. Okay. Well, anyway. Mog resistance down. Massive damage is taken from Searing Moglite. Okay, so this Mog Dark resistance down. So Mog Dark. Massive damage taken from Searing Moglite. Searing Moglite is from this one. And then this one is this one. Okay, so see, it's the opposite. And then the Moglite resistance down. 1. Massive damage taken from Stifling Mog Dark, which is the opposite one. So yeah, basically if they work together, then you get more damage. So for example, if you're running this like synced and stuff, and you got like 2 tanks, right? You would tank them separately, and so that the one tank over here gets hit with the Moglite like resistance down, and it's only getting hit with the Searing Moglite, and then the other tank gets the Mog Dark one, and they're getting hit with the whatever, right? And if you, as long as you keep them separate, then they won't take excess damage like that. So you'd keep them apart. Okay, so March of the Mughals, Shaggy Song. Okay, so looks like it is doing stuff, and then also this Royal Rouse thing is popping up again. Oh yeah, okay, the little bubble with the buff. Okay, Coupons is taking more MP and doing some damage. Black Mage is doing its big meteor thing. The king was doing that light thing. This one, Mog creation is what it's called. Tanks are following me. This tail turner is just hanging out with this knife. It's just gonna come over and stab me. Okay, there it goes. It stabbed me. Okay. So I think we got the hang of it, right? We know what they all do now. Okay, this move. This triangle, you don't stand in that. If you stand in that, you take damage. It's pretty clear and obvious, you know? So, hopefully that it just makes sense. Okay. Okay, so I'm just getting hit with the repetitive stuff now. And I'm gonna slowly start taking them down. See what happens. There's actually a coordinated way to take them down if you're running this synced or with other people, because if one of the Mughals die, then the king is gonna do a move and bring them back to life, and then if another one dies, the king will do that again and take damage. The king will take some of his damage and then heal up everyone. Okay, see, it actually happened just then. Okay, look. I got these down, the health down. And, okay, also these, you know, we've talked about this. You just avoid these things because they're meters. I end up destroying one of the Mughals. And if we look at the Mughal king, okay, one of the Mughals go away. Okay, there, did you see that? I don't know which one. Okay, let's see if we can figure it out. Kappa. I destroyed Kappa, right? Or one of them. I destroyed one of them. No, Kappa's still there. Man, their names are so hard to recognize. Okay. Tail turner? Oh, Kupli Kip. I destroyed Kupli Kip. Yeah, right here. The healer. I took the healer down, okay? So the healer is down. Okay? Now, the king is doing this thing. Mughlis something. Okay? And then it has this caption. Receive of my body, Mughal's guard, let my strength become yours. Okay, now look at their health. Okay? And then look at this. Mughal is down. Okay, now they all got hearts. And then look at this. His body is raising up. And now it's back to life. Okay, you see that? See? Kip is back to life. So, this is why it's important to kill them in a particular order if you're doing this synced. Okay? Because the king will bring them back to life. So, here, again, the mechanics are all the same now. This thingy means I'm getting stuff thrown at me. This big thingy means that there's going to be a meteor. This one thingy is the bard singing, so they're going to get buffs. The two tanks are following me, and the king is doing the Coupons thing probably. And yeah, so there's a lot of overlapping things, but it's repetitive. So, once you get to this phase and you know what's happening, I'm gonna kill another one. Okay, I took care of the tail turner this time, and now the king is doing the Mughlis something again, and it has this thing. Let my strength become yours. They're gonna get the hearts above them. Okay, they got the hearts. You see the hearts, and then the tail turner comes back to life. So that's gonna happen twice. Okay. And now look at this, Mog Meteor. They're all doing Mog Meteor. They're very upset, causing a fuss. So I take a lot of damage from this. Alright? Sure. But yeah, so if you're running this synced, it's important to take down the Mughals in a particular order. So that when they come back to life, it's not as big of a deal. Like, so that later when you destroy them, they actually stay down. I believe that's what the strategy is. Like, for example, the Black Mage has such a wide AoE that you would think you want to take that down first, but you actually don't, because if you take it down first, then it'll just come back to life. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, if you take down like the tanks or any of the other ones, like the healer or whomever, then it'll actually stay down after the 2 raises have been taken care of. Okay, now the king is doing this momentum Moogle thingy. So see what that does. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Yeah. So they're taking more. Okay, also it kind of looks like the Shaggy Song Bards thing, like damage thing is a lot higher or bigger. But anyway, did that make sense, what I said before? I mean, I haven't actually done it synced, but from what I understand in reading stuffs and watching other people run it, is you want to sacrifice the ones that won't do as much damage. And then when you can actually take them down in a certain order. And you don't really, because you don't want to deal with this big phase here. You can work your way down. Like, once you can start actually taking out... Oh, here we go. Here's something. Okay. High and mighty. Okay, so when the king has this, that means he's invulnerable. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, from what I understand, you don't take out the Black Mage because he'll just come back to life anyway. You take out one of the other ones, and then when you can actually start taking them down, then you would take down the Black Mage, so then you don't have to worry about the big AoEs. Something like that. If I'm wrong, go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. I'll accept defeat. This was already too much information for me. Like, I could barely understand it myself. But anyway, okay, so I took a lot of damage there. I don't have any immediate plans to actually run this synced. And so, yes, please go find other guides or read other people's stuff if you actually want to run it synced. But those are all the mechanics that I've been able to suss out just from this run. So, there we go. Okay. But once all the other Moogles are done, then the king doesn't have the invulnerable thing anymore. See it? Yeah, show that. Okay. The king has an invulnerable thing, and then I take down that one, and then as soon as I go back to the king, it doesn't have the thing anymore. Or we can even see here. Yeah, see? High and mighty is like a negative sign, so he lost it. Anyway, yeah. So this Memento Moogle thing does a significant amount of damage. So if you don't have that much health, you know, you might die from that. Because then he just keeps doing it over and over. Okay, apparently you can interrupt the flare. The Black Mage's flare. Alright. Okay. So yeah, there are all those like buffs and debuffs that I had no idea what they did. But yeah, it looks like you can buff the other Moogles if certain Moogles are near them. This is a whole thing, and basically you don't want to buff certain Moogles or else they'll just destroy everybody. Oh, just also like how like I think the bard, remember, I noticed that its song AoE was getting even bigger, and so that must be also why you want to take them down in a certain order. I'll take a flag for this one and say I'm not all that knowledgeable, so yeah, we'll just go with that. I'm just trying my best, you guys, right? We got 3 more extremes from a Realm Reborn, and then we can move on. Okay, sounds good. Goodbye.